Good evening. Can you hear me? Good evening. Very happy to you. Please confirm you can hear me loud and clear. Confirm you can hear me loud and clear. Also confirm you can see my screen. Currently wearing the home support. Confirm you can see my screen. Confirm you can see my screen and you can also hear me loud and clear. Good evening. How are you doing today? Confirm you can hear me and you can see my screen. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Please confirm you can hear me loud and clear. You can also see my screen. If you have any question, please drop it in the comment section. If there's anything you want us to analyze together, please let me know in the comment section. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I don't believe you can hear me. Okay, so let's go straight to business. I only believe you can hear me. Please drop a comment if you can hear me loud and clear. So let's start by looking at that. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay, so let's look at the calendar for tomorrow. The latest see the calendar. Let's start with the calendar. So tomorrow is May 1st, Thursday, May 1st. We have major news of Japan and also the United States dollar. Everything is volatile. Everything. So we are expecting two major news, one from Japan and also from the United States. Unemployment is going to be released in the United States tomorrow. And, we have ISM manufacturing PMI, which means major news to be released 1:30 and 3 p.m. respectively. Okay? And also Bank of Japan policy rate to be released later tomorrow. Monetary policy statement, Bank of Japan outlook report, Bank of Japan press conference, we expect high volatility on USD pairs and Japanese yen. So we expect high volatility on USD pairs and Japanese yen. If you have any question, anything you want us to analyze, let me know in the comment section. Okay, so expect high volatility in the USD Japanese yen tomorrow in the next. Sorry for the break. Sorry for the break. So let's start by looking at DXY. Okay, so let's start with the daily time frame. Yes, I showed you guys that my bias on the dollar index was bearish, but as you can see, all through yesterday, dollar index was bullish. Dollar was bullish, irrespective of the fact that all the news that was released for the dollar yesterday was negative. The dollar is still bullish. It is still bullish up to now. I'm still trying to figure out why dollar was bullish all through yesterday. Technically, dollar is supposed to be bearish. Fundamentally, considering the news that the data that was released yesterday, all the news that was released from the United States was negative. So as you can see, dollar is still very bullish. It is still bullish at the moment. Though my bias for the week is bullish. So I was expecting dollar to pull back to fill a fair value gap. That was my expectation. I was expecting dollar to pull back to fail. Let's go down to 4 hour. That was my expectation on dollar index. So we could say from this point to this point, you could say dollar index has been in a range kind of. We had the low of the range here, and we had the high of the range here. I don't know if it just wants to test the high of this range before pulling back. Okay, maybe you just want to test the high of that range before pulling back. Let's see. Let's see. So I'm still bearish on dollar. I'm still bearish on dollar. Like I said, I wanted to see dollar come. I wanted to see it come through this fair value gap. That was my expectation before going bullish. Okay. I was expecting dollar to come through this fair value gap. Okay, that was my expectation. This fair value gap is created. I was expecting it to come through it. Let's see this fair value gap here. So hopefully it might come through this gap today. Okay, if it doesn't fill the gap today, then maybe NFP. Maybe after the NFP news. Okay, but if the news comes out positive for NFP, then we should expect more bullish move on the dollar. We should expect more bullish move on the dollar. So you can see price just tested this resistance. So maybe we could see some retracement from this level. Okay. So that's it on 4 hour. Let's see what we have on 1 hour. Let's see 1 hour. Let's see if we are able to identify a bearish reversal pattern on 1 hour. So you can see on 1 hour, the previous 1 hour candle is a shooting star. Okay. You can see on 1 hour, the previous candle is a shooting star. It's a shooting star. So if the current 1 hour candle closes below the low of that shooting star, one can consider selling dollar. Okay. If 1 hour candle closes below the low of this shooting star, one could consider selling the dollar. That's what I see on dollar at the moment. Let's see. 15 minutes we have. So if 1 hour candle closes below the low of this candle, then you could go bearish on the dollar. I hope you can hear me. I hope you can hear me. Drop a comment if you can hear me. So that's my take on the dollar. I will be going bearish on the dollar tomorrow, which is Thursday, the 1st of April. Okay, so that's my take on dollar index. Let's look at JPY. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Drop a comment if you can hear me. Let's look at yen baskets. To know the strength of the yen, let's look at yen basket, and we'll look at currencies. Currency pairs. Yen baskets. Okay, so let's start with the daily. So yesterday, I was on Wednesday. Wednesday, the yen was bearish, as you can see. It was bearish. The yen was supposed to be weak. But when you look at currency pairs, you can see that yen was bullish. And you see that yesterday yen was bearish, so the yen was supposed to be weak. You can see that all through yesterday, yen was supposed to be weak. But if you look at GBP JPY, Euro JPY, Flanders JPY, those pairs were bearish. Those pairs were bearish. So based on what we have on the daily yen is supposed to be bearish. Yen is supposed to be bearish. If yen is bearish, why is it that GBP was bearish yesterday? You can see GBP was bearish yesterday. So if GBP basket was bearish, then GBP Euro JPY, or Flanders JPY should be bullish. Supposed to be bullish yesterday, but let's see GBP. So my bias on yen is still bearish. My bias on yen is still bearish. I said it with you guys yesterday that I'm expecting yen to drop to this, to get the liquidity residing at this previous low, to good evening, Olaiton. Okay, my suggestion was that yen will drop to where the liquidity residing at this previous level. That was my suggestion for the yen. Okay, and my suggestion still remains bearish. That yen is going to come through this fair value gap. That's my suggestion. So I'm bearish on yen. Okay, I'm bearish on yen, and I'm also bearish on the dollar for today's tomorrow's market. Okay, very bearish on the dollar. Okay, and also bearish on Japanese yen. So let's look at currency pair. If there's any pair you want us to analyze, please let me know in the comment section. Drop it in the comment section. If there's any pair you want us to look at together, let me know in the comment section. Okay, so let's look at GBP GBP. So yen was weak. If yen was weak, good evening, Mr. Dotso. If yen was weak yesterday, why was GBP bearish? It means GBP itself was weak yesterday. If yen was weak all through yesterday, why was GBP selling? It means GBP also was weak. Are you getting me? It means GBP was also was weak. Okay, good. We'll look at good in 2 minutes. Okay, it means GBP was also weak. Okay, GBP was also weak. That was why GBP was bearish yesterday. It was supposed to be bullish. It means GBP also was weak. Okay, so my bias on GBP, as you can see, I think the retracement we saw yesterday was to fill. I think there was a fair value gap that needs to be filled. That could be the reason for the retracement. I think we have it. Okay. I think the reason for the retracement is this. I think we tested this support strong. This resistance strong support. You can see that tested this support, this resistance strong support, and there is strong rejection from this. Based on what we have on the 4-hour time frame, GBP is bullish. Okay, GBP is bullish. It is bullish. Okay, so I'll be looking for buys above this. Okay, so I'll be looking for buys. This is 1-hour time frame. I'll be looking to buy dollar index above this level. The high on this candle. That is where I'll be considering going bullish on GBP tomorrow. Okay, I will be considering buying GBP if 1-hour candle closes above this level. You can see we had a resistance where this candle still get out of that resistance. So that will be a good level to consider going bullish. Okay, so that's my position on GBP. GBP is bullish. Bias for GBP tomorrow is bullish, and GBP is likely going to come clear all the liquidity it has created again. Okay, all the liquidity residing at this previous high. GBP is likely going to clear all this liquidity. That's my expectation on Japanese GBP. So once a candle goes above this high buy, and my first target to be 191.25, that's about 50 pips from this point. This will be my first target. This will be my second target for GBP JPY. I hope that's clear. Okay, so that's my take on GBP JPY. That's my take on GBP JPY. Okay, so that's really want to look at gold. Okay, Mr. Goswell, gold. Mr. Light on USD JPY. Okay, so that's it for GBP JPY. Let's see GBP USD, Euro USD before we look at gold and USD JPY. So let's see GBP USD. Yesterday, GBP USD was strongly bearish. I was expecting GBP USD to buy. I was expecting GBP USD to buy. So yesterday, price was strongly bearish. I took a trade on GBP USD yesterday, and it actually hit my stop loss at 30 pips. 30 pips. I lost 30 pips on GBP USD yesterday. Okay, so yesterday price and the news that was released for dollar yesterday all was negative. All the news were negative for the dollar. So dollar was supposed to buy. But after the news got released, it still sold. It still sold. The dollar was still bullish after the news got released, irrespective of the fact that the news that was released was negative for the dollar. Okay, so what can I see here on the dollar? Let's start with the daily time frame. Let's start with the daily time frame. So you can see yesterday candle was strongly, as you can see, it was strongly bearish. Yes, it was strongly bearish. You can see yesterday candle was strongly bearish. It was strongly, you can see, bearish. Okay, then after the close of yesterday candle, let's see the pattern we have on 4 hour time frame. Let's see. Let's see if we're able to identify bullish reversal pattern on 4 hour. Let's see. So on 4 hour, what do we have here? What can you see on 4 hour time frame? Could it be that price pulled back to fill this fair value gap? Maybe that was what played out yesterday. Could it be that price pulled back to fill? We have a fair value gap here. Can you see that? We have a fair value gap here, which is in confluence with this mitigation block. Can you see that? We have a fair value gap here, which is in confluence with this mitigation block. That could be the reason for this retracement. Okay, that could be the reason for this retracement. And also, if you apply your Fibonacci from this swing low to this swing high, I think guys, this should be a discount. Let's confirm that should be a discount. Let's take our Fibonacci from this swing low. Okay, I think that should be a discount. Yeah, it's below level 50. And see, so this is discount level. You can see this is discount. The current 4 hour candle closes bullish. If the current 4 hour candle closes bullish, you can see GBP USD buy. Okay, if 4 hour candle closes bullish, GBP USD could buy. Okay, it has created a fair value gap here, and it could also clear the liquidity residing at this previous high. That's the expectation on dollar, on GBP USD. That's my expectation. I expect to see GBP USD by tomorrow. So it will go bullish, but long term, the dollar is bullish. Long term, the dollar is bullish. I was expecting it to buy before NFP. That was my expectation on the dollar. I was expecting it to buy. Okay, as USD to buy. I was expecting the dollar to be weak before NFP. That was my expectation. Okay, that was my expectation. So if the current power candle closes bullish, we could see some retracement on GBP USD. I hope that is clear. I hope you all can hear me loud and clear. I hope you all can hear me loud and clear. Okay, so that's my take on GBP JPY. Okay, I'm looking for buys tomorrow. Okay, if the current power candle closes bullish, I'll look for buys on GBP JPY. Okay, so let's move to the next day. Someone requested for Mr. Gold. Okay, let's look at gold. XAUUSD gold. Okay, so on gold, this is gold. Let's start with the daily time frame. Okay, so far this yesterday, gold was bearish. Up to yesterday, gold was bearish. I shared with you guys on, I think it was on Sunday, that gold is going to come clear the liquidity residing at this previous way and would likely come through this fair value gap. Okay, I was expecting it to come clear this liquidity, but I think that would have happened maybe today or after NFP. That was my expectation, but I was expecting gold to buy. Okay, that was my expectation. I was expecting gold to buy before going bearish. That was my expectation. I was expecting gold to buy before going bearish to clear all this liquidity. That was my expectation on gold. That was my expectation on gold. I was expecting to buy, clear the buy side liquidity, before going bearish. That's my expectation. Uh, so yesterday candle was reached, and you can see what we have here. This looks like an hammer indicating changing trend from bearish to bullish. Okay, this is an hammer indicating changing trend from bearish to bullish. Probably a fair gap was created here, and gold is trying to fill that fair gap. Let's confirm on 1 hour. So you can see on 1 hour, the fair gap was created here. So to be that gold wants to fill this fair gap before going bullish. That's what I see playing out on gold. It's likely wants to fill this fair gap before going bullish. Okay, so for tomorrow's market, you should be considering buying gold. Okay, if after this fair gap gets filled, a bullish reversal pattern forms. After this fair gap gets filled, a bullish reversal pattern forms. Then you can look for buys on gold, and I would like to see gold come clear the liquidity residing at this previous high before going bearish. That is my expectation on gold. I would like to see gold come for these highs. Okay, I think this is the high for the week so far, I think. Okay. So that's the expectation that gold will come clear all the liquidity it has created this week before the buy side liquidity before going bearish. That is my expectation on gold. So for tomorrow's market, I would be considering going bullish on gold. Okay, I'll be considering going bullish on gold for tomorrow's market. Okay, that's my take on gold. Look for buys on gold. Look for buys on gold. That is if the bullish reversal pattern forms after this probably that gets good, then you can buy gold. I hope that's I hope that is clear. I hope you guys can hear me. You guys are not responding. I hope you can hear me. I hope I'm not just talking to myself. You guys can hear me. If you can hear me, drop a comment if you can hear me. Drop a comment if you can hear me. Can you hear me? Drop a comment if you can hear me. Okay, so that's my take on gold. Okay, so let's look at Euro USD. Then we look at USD and yesterday was strongly bearish. You can see Euro USD was strongly bearish yesterday. Okay, so after the close of yesterday candle, let's go down to 4 hour. Let's go down to 4 hour. Let's see the pattern we had on 4 hour after the close of yesterday candle. So this is what we had on 4 hour time frame. The last candle was strongly bearish too. Let's see, it was strongly bearish. Could it be that this retracement was to clear the liquidity residing at this previous low? So could it be that this retracement was to clear liquidity residing at this previous low? Okay, so that we have achieved. That low has been cleared. The liquidity residing at this previous low has been cleared. So if a 4 hour candle closes bullish, we could look for buys on Euro USD. Okay, we could look for buys on Euro USD if the current 4 hour candle closes bullish. Okay, we can look for buys on Euro USD. yesterday. If the current 4 hour candle closes bullish, let's go to 1 hour. Okay, so you can see on 1 hour, the last candle yesterday closed as an hammer. Can you see that on 1 hour it closed as an hammer? And I also think that they came for this liquidity here also. I think they cleared this low yesterday, I think. Okay, they didn't clear this low yesterday. Okay, so an hammer formed after the liquidity residing at this previous low got cleared. Okay, so if the next or the current power candle closes bullish, we could see some buys on Euro USD. Okay, so if 1 hour candle closes above the high of this candle, the high of this 1 hour candle, one can consider buying. Okay, if 1 hour candle closes above the high of this candle, one can consider going bullish on Euro USD. That's my take on Euro USD. Okay, that's my take on Euro USD. If 1 hour candle closes above this high, then one could consider going bullish on Euro USD. So my bias for Euro USD for tomorrow's market is buy. Okay, it is buy. Wait for 1 hour candle to close above this high before you take a buy trade on Euro USD. Technically, Euro USD should be bullish tomorrow. Technically, it should be bullish. Okay, Euro USD should be bullish tomorrow. Any question? Any question? Is there any other instruments you want us to look at? Let me know. Mr. Bolaji, Mr. Lighton, Mr. Goldfield. Is there any other instruments you want us to look at? Let me know in the comment section. Any other instruments you want us to look at? Let me know in the comment section. If you have any questions, please drop it to the comment section. If there are no questions, we'll have to end the class. If there are no questions, we'll have to end the class. Do you have any question? Is there any instruments you want us to look at? Let me know. Let me know in the comment section. Any instruments you want us to look at? Let me know in the comment section. Okay, let's see Australian dollar USD, Australian dollar USD. Okay, Australian dollar USD also expecting buys on Australian dollar USD. I'm expecting buys on Australian dollar USD. Let's start with the daily. Yesterday, Australian dollar USD was strongly bullish. So Australian dollar USD was bullish yesterday. It's closed bullish. Close bullish, so it's likely going to go for the liquidity residing at this previous highs. That's my position on Australian dollar USD. With a high probability, the liquidity residing at this previous high will be played. Okay, so it's close strong. So after the close of yesterday, let's see the pattern we had on 4 hours. So you can see the pattern we had on 4 hours. This is a bullish reversal pattern on 4 hours. I think price was used to play liquidity residing. That drop was to play liquidity residing at this previous low. Okay, and that was what played out yesterday. Liquidity at this previous low was cleared. Okay, they also came to test this support. Okay, you can see, and there was a strong rejection from that zone. You can see there was a strong rejection from that zone. So based on what we have on 4 hour time frame, Australian dollar USD should buy. Australian dollar USD should buy. Okay, so there's a probability Australian dollar USD will come fail or play the liquidity segment at this previous high before going bearish. That is my expectation on Australian dollar USD. Okay, it is bullish at the moment. Australian dollar USD is bullish at the moment. So that will be all for tonight's session. Okay, since there are no questions, that will be all for tonight's session. Please give the video a thumbs up. Give it a thumbs up if you haven't done that. And if this is your first time participating on the live stream, please subscribe to the channel so that anytime I come on live, you get notified by YouTube. Give the video a thumbs up, and also this is your first time, please subscribe to the channel so that anytime I come on live, you get notified by YouTube. So that will be all for tonight, and I really appreciate every one of you for your participation. I want to believe you got value from this session, and I wish you all the best in your trading business. Good night.